Hi, Angela.
Hi.
Do you have a little bit of time to talk to me about
sure.
this really cool story? I think there's a little girl in my class, and she has been, every time she gets a chance, she's putting other people's shoes on her feet.
Oh, that's interesting.
Yeah, and it's been happening over lots of days, and they usually have to be near her, but she'll grab them, and she knows whose they are, and she just puts them on her feet, and she'll start walking around, and she'll go, she'll walk on challenging, terrain and everything, so she talks about whose shoes it is that she's wearing,
So
like she'll say Liam's shoes or whatever, and I think it's a really interesting idea of, well, I was trying to figure out what does that mean, why is she doing that? Is it like a puzzle, it's like a shoe is a form, and does she see that needing to be filled, so she puts her feet into it. But I also like the idea of her sort of walking around in other people's shoes. Is she trying on their identity, kind of a thing? And how do I extend that idea of identity for her?
So have you offered different shoes? Have you made notice of it? Like, oh, here's some shoes over here? Or does she just kind of randomly do it? Like if she just sees a pair of shoes out, she'll just stick her feet in it? Because I see right here, I think these are adult shoes.
These are my shoes.
Okay. So does she say, oh, these are Emily's shoes?
Yeah, she'll just grab them and start putting them on her feet. Emily's shoes. And yeah, anytime she sees a pair of shoes with no feet in them, she'll put them on, and she'll say whose they are, and she'll walk around with them on. And her mom said she does this at home too.
Okay. So you asked for the parents' perspective on that.
Yeah.
Does she do that in Dramatic Player? Do you have a variety of shoes there?
No.
So it's just part of your classroom having a shoeless environment. There's just shoes out for people.
Yep.
to use. So what are you thinking she's getting out of that experience? What do you think she's trying to figure out?
I don't know. That's part of my question. It could be this satisfying the empty shoe idea. There's empty shoe, I need to fill it up. I think it could also be, I want to know what it's like to walk around in Emily's shoes or whoever's shoes.
Maybe the beginning of that pretend play, taking on another role.
Yeah.
And noticing that role goes with a certain shoe.
Yeah.
A certain costume. So if she put on a lab coat, oh, I'm a doctor, or if she put on an apron, oh, I'm a chef.
Right.
So making those connections, do you think that might be part of her play?
Maybe. I think I'd have to watch more for that one. I like the idea of that one.
Yeah.
For sure.
So what are you thinking, some other things you could offer her to explore that idea more?
Well, we could have more of a concentrated effort around shoes, so she's having more experiences with them. Like a shoe basket or something where everybody keeps their shoes.
Right. And then you'll just do more observations, seeing, is she labeling those shoes, or does she disregard it if she doesn't really have an attachment to those shoes?
Yeah, and maybe even asking her questions, like if she's wearing Liam's shoes, what does Liam like to do?
That's a great question.
Do you want to go roll cars down the slide like Liam does, or something like that? See
connected to that favorite activity.
Yeah.
Taking on another perspective, which is important for 2-year-olds to do.
Right.
To think about what another child may be doing or thinking or feeling.
Yeah.
That's great, Emily. Is there anything else?
No, I don't think so.
Okay.
I think I got a lot of good ideas.
All right.
Awesome. Thank you.
I'm glad we could meet. Thank you.